Hello, I'm Keith Mills and welcome to another All Kinds of Everything video blog from Dusseldorf for the 2011 Eurovision Song Contest. We've come to the end of the second day of rehearsals and we've now seen all of the songs in the first semi-final. And I'm here with my colleagues Andrew Main. Hello. And Elaine Dove.
Hello.
And we are now going to put our necks on the line and we're going to call the 10 songs that we see as qualifying from the first semi-final. So going through them, from start to finish. Poland, yes or no?
It's a hard one to call for Poland. It's really close to the edge for me, but I'm going to actually say no.
Yeah, it's a no for me as well.
And it would have been a top tenner for me, but I wasn't impressed with the first performance of it, so it's a no for me as well. Okay, number 2, Norway.
Again, Norway is another one which is a close one for me. I love the song and I love the way it's performed, but something about it, it's close to the edge again, and I'm going to say no.
Elaine?
I have the first yes. I wasn't convinced before it came out that it could qualify, but I was very impressed with how it looks on stage. It's quite infectious and she's jolly, and I think it'll carry the viewers and hopefully it will transfer from screen to home, and I got it as a yes.
Okay then, and I'm going to agree with Andrew here. I think it's very visual, but I have 2 problems with it. I think it's far too early in the running order, and I don't think it's brilliantly performed vocally. And there are better things coming off female song ballads, or female song up-tempo songs later, and I think it's going to get overshadowed, so I'm saying no. Okay, moving on, Albania.
Well, Albania is a bit more clear-cut for me, and very surprising for me as well, because I don't need to put this one on the fence. It's a song coming to Dusseldorf I didn't like very much, but having seen the live performance yesterday, it's an absolute definite yes for me for Albania.
Yes, Albania gave me my first wow moment of this year's contest. I wasn't a fan until I walked into the arena, and it just looks fabulous. She's fabulous, and it's visually brilliant as well, and she sings it really well. Definite yes.
And I'm going for a yes as well. There aren't very many Balkan ballads in this year's contest. It's the only one in this semi-final, unless you count Greece, which is a different kind of a thing. So I'm actually, even though I would never have called it as a qualifier before I came to Dusseldorf, I'm going yes for Albania. So it's the first one that we all three agree on.
Yes.
Okay then, on to Armenia.
Okay, we're back to where I was with some of the other first ones early on. It's on the edge for me. Armenia would normally be for me a clear-cut qualifier, but for me the song is nothing special. They're throwing gimmicks at it as if they were going out of fashion. Normally that would be enough to get somebody like Armenia into the final, but I'm actually going to say no on this occasion.
I have Armenia going through actually. I just think on past experience, Armenia are one of these countries that, unless they have a complete and utter disaster of a song, are likely to get through. It is very gimmicky, but I have to admit some of it did make me smile. The boxing ring is very clever, and so yeah, it made it in for me. It's in the top 10.
And it's a yes from me. I liked the way that it was staged, and like Andrew, I liked the way it was staged, and I actually thought the boy dancers, which don't work in other songs, actually work in this one, and I think that's enough to make it stand out, even though it's early in the running order. So I'm a yes on Armenia. Andrew, you're being very tight so far. You've only got one qualifier.
Yes, so far.
Okay then, it's time for Turkey.
Okay, we're now moving on to a section, like Keith says, I've been very tight so far with qualifiers. We're now moving on to some part of the draw which changes my count rate basically. Turkey for me is an instant hit. A proper pop rock band in an arena environment, they know how to work this, and I love the song. They do have a gimmick on the stage which I think is a little bit unnecessary, but it doesn't take away from it in any way. I still think it's sailing into the final. It's a yes.
Yeah, Turkey is a yes for me. They're a very professional outfit. They know what they're doing. They performed the song with ease, and to me it's a shoe-in. It's definitely, you know.
Yep. This is one of the easiest ones to really call. I'm not sure that it's going to win the semi-final, but it's probably the easiest one to call as a certain qualifier. It's performed well, it's in your face rock, Turkey does it well, definitely qualifier. So that's another 3 out of 3 for Turkey. Okay, Serbia.
Okay, Serbia, always liked this song. It makes me smile, it's very pleasant. I wasn't sure how it would come across on the big stage, but I think they do a really good job with it. It's very colourful, it's very bouncy, it makes me smile. Something about it, I just love the whole package really. And based on all that, I'm pretty certain it's going to qualify, so it's a yes.
Serbia, yes, we're agreeing again. Serbia, to me, I love the whole sort of 60s retro vibe around this. The stage is all very pink and psychedelic, and yeah, I smiled the whole way through it. She's fabulous. She's got a great vocal ability, and I can't see this not qualifying.
Another 3 out of 3. Okay, sorry, because I'm just going to call Serbia. Absolutely. I can't say anything more than Andrew and Elaine have said. They've nailed it here. It's instantly visually attractive, vocally strong. So, Russia.
Okay, on to Russia. Very popular here from speaking around to people. It seems to be that it's caught the imagination. People seem to love the way it's presented. Me personally, I love the song. I don't like what they've done with the intro, the first 25 seconds, 30 seconds. They've now sort of given it a Russian feel, which I think actually reduces the impact a little bit of the overall performance. However, this is Russia, which I feel will qualify singing the Russian Bible in Eurovision virtually. And although this isn't the Russian Bible, the visual performance, it seemed a bit messy when we were watching them, and I know that the Russians weren't so happy with what was happening yesterday, but they think they can improve on that. But even if they didn't improve on that, I still think it's a yes. It's definitely qualified.
Yep, another agreement here. Although the Russians, like you say, weren't happy with what was going on, and there were bits that were messy, people here thought it did look good on stage, and if they're going to improve it even more, I think it's a definite one in the final. And let's face it, he looks good.
I'll echo everything from all of that. If it's going to get better, and then we've already seen it, then it's not only qualifying, you could actually win the semi-final. So another 3 out of 3 for Russia. Moving on to Switzerland.
Okay, Switzerland's another one for me, which is close to call. It's not one of my personal favourites. I was in Switzerland to watch it in the final, and I didn't see it winning the final, even though it did. It's grown on me a little bit. It is a sweet song. It's sung really well, and I have it on the fence really. It could just make it in, but because I have to make a decision, I'm actually going to say that it's just not going to make it. It's just going to miss out.
Yeah, I think Switzerland have been a bit unlucky with their draw. I think had Switzerland and Georgia been the other way round, the contest, I think Switzerland may have squeezed in. But as it's on before, it's just not quite made the impact for me, Switzerland.
Okay, regrettably I have to agree with Andrew and with Elaine here. I absolutely love this song, but I just think it's not making enough impact. And there's a song coming up 2 songs later, Finland, that I think is going to hoover up that kind of simple song vote. So as much as I love Switzerland, and I really do, I'm going to say no. Okay, so that's 3 no's for Switzerland. Oh dear, Georgia.
Okay, Georgia for me is a straightforward one. For the kind of song it is, it's a sort of rock chick kind of song. It's actually performed really well. I don't dislike this kind of song, this kind of music generally, but based on everything else that's in this semi-final, I just can't see this picking up enough votes to qualify, so it's a definite no.
Yeah, it's a no for me as well. It's not a strong song of its type. It doesn't have a lot of tune to it. It's a lot of noise, to be honest. So it's a no for me.
And again, echoing what has been said before, I can't see where the votes are coming from this. All right, it has its neighbours in Armenia and Azerbaijan and Russia that will all vote for it and possibly do well with some juries. I think it's very marginal. I think it's going to come much closer to qualifying than it deserves to, and it could just make it over the line in 9th or 10th place. But if I have to pick 10, I'm going to leave it out. So Georgia, that's a non-qualifier for me. Finland.
Okay, Finland. This is a bit easier. It totally stands out where it is in the draw after Georgia. It's a very simple song. It's a really cute singer singing it. I think it's going to tug at the heartstrings of loads of people back home in the TV land. Also, the juries are going to love this song, and I think it's going to pick up votes all over the place. Maybe not 12 points everywhere, but certainly mid-table points, and it will be more than enough to get it through to the final. So it's definitely yes.
Yeah, I have it down as a qualifier. It is a simple song. It's very Belgium from last year. They've not messed about with it. They've not messed about with the staging on it, and the actual Da Da Dam hook is very, very good, and it's one that you tend to find gets stuck in your head and that you go away singing it, which is always an advantage.
Yeah, I'm agreeing here again. I think if Switzerland and Finland were reversed, I would slightly favour Switzerland to qualify coming after Georgia. But as it's Finland, lovely staging, has a bit of neighbourly support in this semi-final, so I'm going Finland easily making it, and deservedly so. On to today, the second half then, Malta.
Yeah, Malta. A lot of people here don't really rate the Maltese song that highly. It's a catchy, up-tempo kind of song that I would have thought most people would actually quite like here, but they just don't seem to. This has surprised me today because I was expecting it to be a mess on stage, like car crash kind of stuff, and actually it was performed pretty well. Vocally it was perfectly fine as well, but it's not a case of getting lost. I think we've got 19 songs here, and some of the songs might be performed perfectly fine, but just won't make it because only 10 countries can get through. And I think Malta's going to fall down on this account, that it just won't quite make it over the line. So it's going to be a no for me.
Yeah, I toyed with this one. It was in, it was out. I think this is one of those songs that it's got its place in the Euro Club, but I can't see it transferring well, and I don't think that the viewers are going to vote for it.
Yeah, and this is the easiest one for me to call. I actually like the song. I like Glenn Vella a lot. I just don't think it's making enough impact at all. I think it's going to be everybody's fourth or fifth favourite song of the people who like it. They're not going to be enough people voting for it. It has no neighbours. Malta's the easiest one to call for me. Definitely not qualified. Okay, San Marino.
Okay, San Marino, I was actually looking forward to this because we interviewed and spoke to Senate just the other day, and she's absolutely lovely, a lovely, lovely lady, and she's got great vocal ability. She is a stunning singer and absolutely nailed it today all the way through a rehearsal. But for me, the song just plods along. It just doesn't really go anywhere, it doesn't pick up, it doesn't have an impact at any stage. Towards the end, perhaps, it just doesn't have it. And even though she could be the best singer in the whole night, perhaps even the whole contest, I just don't think it's going to pick up enough votes. So it's a no. Right.
Yeah, sadly, I would like to see this in the final, but I can't see it getting there. I don't know where it's going to pick its votes up from. And also today in the press centre, I found myself working along whilst listening to it quite happily, but I just feel it needs to have a little bit more impact than that to get into the final.
Okay, and I'm actually again agreeing here. I love this song. I think it's a lovely late night radio song. I think it's actually a beautiful performance. She stares down the camera, delivers it very, very well. And I think this is going to do very well with juries. But will it get televotes? I'm not sure. This is in the area between 8 and 12 for me, and I'm just going to favour not qualifying, which is an awful shame. So San Marino, no. Croatia.
Okay, Croatia, it starts off slowly, it becomes up-tempo fairly quickly. It's mid-Schlager kind of music to my ears. It's pleasant, it's not awful, it's perfectly a fine song to dance to, but I think people are just going to forget about it. There's no huge impact in the performance on the stage. The vocals were okay, but I just feel it hasn't got that oomph factor that's required to get it past a lot of other songs that are all on the same board. So it's a no.
Yeah, this song has quite a few gimmicks in it, and unfortunately I think it just solely relies on its gimmicks. It's more of a Britain's Got Talent quick change act than the actual song itself. There's no substance to it really. It's a get up and dance number, but to be honest, I don't think I can even get off my bum to dance to that one. So it's a no for me.
It's another easy one to call for me. I just saw nothing today that made me think it was going to qualify. I think there are better female up-tempo songs in the first half, and this isn't going to pull enough votes out of those to qualify. Croatia's a straightforward no for me. Iceland.
Yeah, I think Iceland could get mixed results here from what we've been talking amongst each other earlier. I personally wasn't overly fussy with the Icelandic song before we came to Dusseldorf. It grew on me through time. I can fully understand why it's made it to Dusseldorf, given the sentiment behind it all back in Iceland. But when I saw it today live in the arena for the first time, to me it had a wow factor, along the lines of what the Olsen brothers did for Denmark back in 2000. Things may change. It might not have the same wow factor as we progress through this week into the semi-final, but at the moment, for me, it's moved quite dramatically actually from being a non-qualifier to being a definite qualifier.
Yeah, I have to echo Andrew in that it wasn't going to be in my qualifiers when I came out here, but I really got that wow factor on stage, and there's 6 accomplished musicians in their own right. They know what they're doing, they know how to sing a song, they know how to perform a song. They look like they're enjoying it on stage, and that comes across, so I think it's in the final.
And I am marginal on this one. This is one of those, again, one of those 8 to 12 ones. I got really no wow factor from it. It was nice, it was pleasant, but it's different enough after what comes before it, and it's different enough in what comes after it, and I think it just might make it. So I have a marginal qualifier, and I'm saying yes. So that's 3 yeses in different ways. Okay, and we've only got 5 more to go, so let's blitz through them. Hungary.
Yeah, Hungary is a huge fan favourite, as I'm sure you all know. I love the song. It's possibly in my top 10, very near the top, before we came out. It's great to dance to when you're out in the clubs, and my main worry for this song, to see it live, was whether she could sing it truly live, good vocal all the way through it. That's not been an issue with me today. I thought she sang it really well. The issue for me was visually it was a little bit messy on the stage, and it was a little bit all over the place, too much walking about, stuff like that going on. But overall I felt the performance of it was good enough, and because it is the kind of song it is and where it is in the running order, I think it will get enough votes to qualify. So yes.
I've toyed with it, I've thought about it, and it's actually gone into my just missing out. I think it's in the same vein as Charlotte Pirelli and Hero. It's going to have everybody up dancing, but there's just too much going on, and it just doesn't, I don't think it's going to have the appeal from home, so I've reluctantly said no.
And again, this is a marginal one for me. I think the song was better performed vocally than I expected it to be. Visually, it was absolutely dreadful. And I think visuals are counted Eurovision, and I think that's going to tell against it. And I think Croatia may take some points from it. So I am having a no for Hungary. So 1 out of 3 for Hungary. Okay, moving on, Portugal.
Portugal is a song which I absolutely hate with a passion. Never liked it from the day it was picked. Watched it on the stage here today, and it's basically tongue-in-cheek. It appeals to the Portuguese people, that's why they chose to send it here. I'm not convinced that it will appeal to a wider Europe, and you know, I've been toying with this one because it's been a marginal one, but having seen them also at the press conference afterwards, it's quite clear now that they're spending the whole 2 weeks as an act. It is an act. It's not performers on a stage and then coming off and being their natural selves. They're going to spend the whole 2 weeks in character, and this could add a bit of fun. I actually can see viewers thinking it more of a joke, tongue-in-cheek, a lot of fun, and I can actually see this qualifying.
Okay.
I think they are this year's in cool tour. I think if the people at home could spend time in the press centre and see the sort of the characters that they have, then yes, people would be swayed. But unfortunately, they're going to judge what they see for 3 minutes, and I just don't think it's going to be. It's missing out for me.
Okay, and for me, this is weird. I didn't like it when it was chosen because there were better songs in the Portuguese selection. I've grown to like it because I got used to the lyrics and the sense of Sean Deville about it, and I think it's worked quite well on the stage. So maybe I expected a little bit more than just the same routine, but better performed. I think this may get the anti-Eurovision vote. The people vote for people like Spain and everything will be giving it points. And I'm pushing this over the line and pushing it into the top 10. So Portugal's a yes for me. 2 out of 3 for Portugal. Lithuania.
Okay, Lithuania is an easy one for me. I think it's utterly dreadful. Don't get me wrong, she is a fantastic singer. She's got a great voice. It's performed simply on the stage. There's no gimmicks. There's nothing to distract you from the song. But it just passes over me. It's like treacle, and it makes my brain numb. I'm sorry, I don't like it.
Okay, that's saying it as it is.
I do quite like it. I think she's got a fabulous voice, and it's a nice song, and it looks quite good on the stage. But yeah, sadly, I don't think it's going to make it, and it's probably going to be in the bottom 3.
Okay, and I'm saying a no on this one as well. I think it's very pleasant. I think it's quite nice to look at. Not too bad to listen to, just not enough to make people pick up their phones and vote. 2 to go, Azerbaijan.
Okay, I think we have to do these quickly because our battery's running out. Azerbaijan, love the song. The performance today I thought was dreadful. The vocals were poor, but despite that, it's in a position to draw. A country that always qualifies, it's going to qualify because I think it will improve.
Yeah, from what I saw, I didn't hear this today, but what I saw, it was a bit icky. It was like watching your mother dance with somebody half her age. But I can't see Azerbaijan not getting through, and I think it has to improve. It can't get worse. So.
Okay, so that's 200. And apologies to Mrs. Dove there, wherever she may be. I hated the performance today in every way. I thought it was really, really messy, not particularly vocally interesting or good, and visually very off-putting. And all of that, I don't think it deserves to qualify, but it has a lot of neighbourly support in its qualifying, and I'm going to give it a vote. It's 3 out of 3. Greece.
On to Greece, very quickly. An absolute disaster overall on stage. I do like the Greek ethnic singing, but I don't like any of the rest of it. But it's Greek, it's on last, and it will definitely qualify.
Yeah, I didn't get into the arena to see the Greek one, so I'm just commenting on what I've heard before. I actually do like the Greek song. I like that it's ethnically Greek. I know the rap is a bit, but it's Greece and it's in the final.
And for me, I actually didn't particularly like it till today. I still don't like the rap. I thought the Greek vocals were very, very strong. I liked the visuals, even though they were a bit cliched in Greek, so it's an absolute qualifier. So working through the absolute qualifiers we have then, Turkey, Serbia, Russia, Finland, Iceland, Azerbaijan and Greece. And then there's 2 votes for Armenia and for Portugal, and 1 each for Hungary and Norway. Make of that what you will, and we'll see you tomorrow.